always something. But the thing is, do you smoke that weed?
I usually do, but
I would say don't do it.
every once in a while, I'll smoke it, and
careful.
later that night, I'm like, something don't feel right. You know?
Be careful. People are they're going hardcore. People are going hardcore. Some dude was telling me about this spray that he invented that's an acid spray. It's LSD in spray form. And he goes, just as many pumps as you take off of this spray is how deep you go into Alice's rabbit hole. Like, what?
Jesus Christ! Did you see that? There's a new documentary out that's actually
scared just talking to him.
There's a documentary out that's pretty good. I don't actually like. I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan, but there's a documentary out now about them that was like, it's pretty crazy watching them in the old fucking days.
I lack the Grateful Dead gene.
I'm with you. Like
I don't get it.
I watched this to try to get into it, but it was the acid tests they were doing back then were fucking crazy. They would dose the fucking record company dudes.
Yeah. Well, people just dosed people back then, which is one of the things I think we're seeing.
That's a dick move.
Well, I think it's one of the things we're seeing with this Bill Cosby thing. I think people had a different opinion about dosing people. I think Bill Cosby was amongst a group of many people that were dosing people back then. I think it was super
you think it was a
common.
common thing?
I think it was super common because they joked around about it. You know, Bill Cosby had a whole routine about giving people Spanish fly. And he's joked around about dosing people. What was the TV show he did? He did a routine on someone's late night talk show.
Oh, I saw that. It was Larry King.
Dude, it's dark.
And he talks about Spanish. He talks about Spanish fly, and him and Larry King started laughing, as I would have, because I would have thought he was dicking around.
Right, you would have thought he was joking around. And then when you find out, I just think all those old dudes that used to go to the Playboy Mansion and hook up and meet all these young ladies that were very happy to see them and all. I think they were dosing people.
I actually say
the 60s and the 70s.
I actually say that to girls when I take them out, and if I go to the bar and get a drink, and I'll come back with 2 drinks, it's like, how do you usually do this? Because I'm cool, but like, how do you know?
Right. How do you know? Oh yeah.
I don't know that you
should
girl, be. You shouldn't be drinking this.
Yeah. I won't take a drink if I don't know who it is, and someone just hands it to me out of nowhere.
Yeah. That happens a lot too. They'll put shots on the stage.
Yeah.
And then they'll call me a pussy for not drinking. Like, I ain't drinking.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
I know people. I know people personally that have been drugged. I know several people that have been drugged. It's not uncommon at all. Hunt for tattooed woman who drugged and robbed 2 wealthy men of $200,000 worth of cash and watches after targeting them at exclusive Hollywood nightclub. Wow. The woman, 20, met 2 men at a Hollywood nightclub on March 5th. She went with them to an apartment in Studio City, made them drinks. Men say they passed out, woke up hours later, but she had gone. They claimed $200,000 worth of watches, cash, jewelry, or also missing. First of all, these guys are fucking assholes. They have $200,000 worth of cash and watches, and they're living in an apartment in Studio City. Shut up. What you guys were doing, you were pimping on a budget, right? I know what you're doing, and you dragged in the wrong cat. You fucked up. You fucked up. Yeah, you got lucky. You're lucky you're alive. You're lucky you didn't wake up in a bathtub filled with ice with a big fucking incision mark where your liver used to be.
And you're lucky that you made it that fucking long, and that didn't happen the fucking first week you tried that.
Dumbasses. Shit. You got tricked by a 20-year-old. You fucking rookies.
I might want to. It's almost like you almost want to like. I mean, it ain't cool, but like you totally see where she's coming from. It's just like,
fuck these assholes,
fucking dopes.
Well, they might have been shitheads too. They might have been like real gross to her, and she might have been like, "I'm finna get paid. Just rob these dummies."
200, yeah. I mean, it didn't sound like it was too tough for her either.
Something about drugging people, man. Like it's a very dark thing to do, though. Honestly, all jokes aside,
it's pretty fucking evil. Yeah.
You put something in their drink and watch it affect them. Like a lab rat. Like, they don't even know what you did.
I know people that's happened to, like, I want to, maybe not even high school or even junior high, and they still aren't over it,
Oh, yeah, for sure,
it could fuck you up for life.
Rape. Yeah, you get raped.
But I'm saying even, like, if you were, like, in 9th grade and someone dosed you, and you had, like, the worst fucking day of your fucking life. Want to hear something crazy? My uncle in Nashville was a med student, back in the 50s, and the professor comes into class one day and he goes, so here's the assignment for today. There's this new thing that the government's testing out called lysergic acid. We don't really know what it does. So here's your assignment. I'm going to split you up into groups of 2. One of you takes this, and the other one has to do a report on how he reacts to it.
You want some weed?
No, I'm good. I got show tonight, man.
You do your show sober?
I do my I drink a little bit, but I can't do. If I get stoned, I forget all the lyrics.
Really?
'Cause I forget who's fucking who and who's whacking who off. You know, it's like all the specifics. You know.
It's very critical.
Yeah, it's like I need to know that Rita's blowing this dude. And
I get it.
it's all the names.
You don't have to explain to me.
You've been there, but yeah, and it actually led to the lawsuit about when you weren't allowed to test drugs on students.
Oh yeah,
but
they did that to the Unabomber. The Unabomber Ted Kaczynski was a part of the Harvard LSD experiments.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Doing what?
To dosing him up. They dosed the shit out of that dude.
Because didn't they originally think it was some kind of truth serum, maybe?
They didn't know what it was, so they were trying to figure out. Well, Albert Hoffman figured it out, right? He accidentally discovered it. I think he was coming up with a drug to induce labor. I think that was the original premise behind creating LSD. And he got some of it in his hands, and then on his drive home, through absorption through the skin, he was tripping his fucking balls off riding his bike. That's the whole story behind the understanding of LSD as a psychoactive substance in human beings. So they started doing all sorts of studies. There's some videos from I believe it was the British Army. They dosed their soldiers up and they filmed them. And they're running